19. He said, now therefore, hearken, O Israel, unto the statutes and unto the judgments which I teach you.
He said, therefore Israel hearken unto the what?
Unto the statutes and unto the judgments which I teach you.
The Lord said, there, O Israel, he said, hearken unto the statutes and the judgment. Because there's a scripture in Deuteronomy, he said, this is the wisdom, right?
This is in the same chapter, right? He said, which I teach you for to do them, that ye may live and go in and possess the land which the Lord Yahweh of your fathers given it to you.
So wherever we go, the Lord said, as long as we follow the law, statutes and commandments, which is our wisdom, he said everything that he gave us will be ours.
And there's the back preach with what we were saying now. Let we go to verse 19.
Yeah.
He said, unless thou lift up thine eyes unto heaven, and when thou seest the sun and the moon and the stars, even all the hosts of heaven, shouldest be driven to worship them.
Like Polite and Shaka Bozo. Not Shaka Amos and Shaka Bozo. You understand? Polite and Shaka Bozo. They all teaching our people Egyptian mythology. Worshipping the sun, the stars, Isis and Osiris, and a set of evil spirits.
I like that, sir. Well, I'm gonna finish here.
But the giver of the gift, they want the gift or they don't want the giver.
Deuteronomy 4:19.
Alright, what you said?
Yeah,
I'm up with it.
He said, and serve them which Yahweh thy power had divided unto all nations under the whole heaven.
Yeah, because the Lord said, don't serve them things. Them things is to serve you. The Lord made the sun, the stars, everything to serve us. Not we serving it. The whole thing. So the whole thing gone, of course. Who changed the truth of God into a lie and serve the creature than the creator?
That is the scripture. Yeah.
That we're talking about that Romans 1. That Romans 1 and 20 something. 21 or
you
something.
Go come after.
Right, let me finish here. Right? I'm reading over verse 7 because I'm going down to 10. Watch this, sir.
That what Steffi believe in it.
Watch this, sir. Verse 7. For being conversant in his works, they search him diligently and believe their sight.
And believe what?
Their sight.
And the Bible said, don't even trust your own, don't even trust yourself. He said, lean not on your own understanding, don't even trust your ways, but direct your footsteps according to the footsteps of the Lord.
That's right.
He said the heart is deceiving of all things.
You cannot trust them.
Right? Continuing. Because the things are beautiful that are seen.
You see, because the things they see are beautiful to the eyes, but they didn't know that there was a bigger force that created it.
Verse 8. Howbeit neither are they to be pardoned.
He said, howbeit what?
Neither are they to be pardoned.
He said, neither is the Lord going to pardon them. He said, they are not to be pardoned. Read.
Verse 9. For if they were able to know so much.
For if they were able to know what?
For if they were able to know so much.
The Lord said if they were able to know so much.
Be so wise.
To be so wise in the doing.
To be so wise like that dumb nigga who was now passing here.
Yeah.
Right? He just said.
Shalom, brother.
You know you're going up. You're falling, you know you're going up. You're going up. Alright, no see brother. Right? Yeah? Are we reading over verse 9? Are we reading over verse 9 there, Cap?
Right.
Right? For if they were able to know so much, right? That they could aim at the world.
He said that if they could able to know someone that they could aim this at the world.
Right? How did they not sooner find out the Lord thereof?
He said if they could aim that nonsense in the world and influence the world to go that way. He said, how come they didn't find out about the God of Israel, the God that created all these things? You into these things that can't help you, but the God that created these things, you don't even want to find out about him.
So Proverbs, go back into Proverbs 1. Before I read this, go back into the spirit now move on. Go back into Proverbs 1 and because I stretch out my hands.
Beautiful. That released the spirit. I felt that.
Because I stretch out my hand. Go down into that. Go deep into that. Go deep into that.
Hold on,
yeah, take your time. And then I go come back here.
He said, where you say, because I have stretched out my hand.
Yeah. Not from verse 20 going down. Check 20 from 20 going down.
24 because I stretched out.
Right, start from the.
Right. This is the book of Proverbs chapter 1 verse 24.
What?
He said, because I have called And he refused.
The Lord said, because I call you enough away from these idols, and you refuse to come. Read.
I have stretched out my hand, and no man regarded.
The Lord said, I stretch out my hand whole day to this people, but no man regard my hand.
Jeremiah have it too, I think.
They watch the Lord and curse on him.
Can.
Especially the black woman, boy.
and the axe of Jesus.
Especially the black woman.
Can.
Word.
He said, but ye have set at naught all my counsel.
But the Lord said, but you set at naught all my counsel. The reason why you get yourself in that trap, now you're in a trap now and on, because you're coming to the end. And people waking up and realize, but wait a minute, I'm in a trap. Some people in the trap for condemnation, but some people will get out because they were ordained to get out. Read.
Right? He said, and were none of my reproof.
But the Lord said, it didn't come to none of my reproof. When the prophet was prophesying and said, come. When Brother Nigel was prophesying and telling Nigel, hey, we have a buyer in Arima, come and come classes, nobody want to hear.
Can.
Everybody on the one beat. Read.
He said, I also will laugh at your calamity.
But the Lord said, what?
I also will laugh at your calamity.
The Lord said, but I'm going to laugh at your calamities. When it starts to happen to you, I'm going to laugh at your calamities. You know what? You know what a lot of people turn atheists for? An atheist is a person who don't believe in the Lord. And the right people believe, most people turn atheists for? Because they just come up to me and say, but under God, you know, I used to pray and the Lord never answered my prayer. Because you know why the Lord never answered your prayer? Because the Lord said, I call, and when I call you, you refuse. How did the Lord call you? Did he come out as a man and call you? No.
Prophet.
Through the prophets of the Lord. Through the men of the Lord on the street, crying out and telling you, repenting from your ways. The Lord said, but I call out to you, and you refuse. Read.
He said, I will mock when your fear cometh.
But the Lord said, when the things start to turn up, and destruction start to hit the earth, the Lord said, I'm going to mock when your fear cometh. Read.
He said, when your fear cometh as desolation.
The Lord said, when your fear cometh as a what? As a desolation. Read.
And your destruction cometh as a whirlwind.
And the Lord said, your destruction comes as a what?
A whirlwind.
A whirlwind. You know that whirlwind? A whirlwind bring up so much a breeze, it's uncontrollable. The Lord said, from east, west, north, and south, they just gather in destruction. That's right. The Lord said, when that come upon you, you will call upon me and I'm going to mock you. Because when wise my prophet was calling you out, which is the prophet represent the voice of the Lord. So when we call and they refuse, you refuse the Lord. You refuse the winner. You refuse the Lord.
We just doing our job. He said, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer.
He said, but then shall they call upon me and I will not what?
I will not answer.
The Lord said, I'm not going to answer you. The Lord said, I'm going to laugh at every moment of this. Just that's why he tell Moses, he said, Moses, he said, let them know. He said, I, the Lord, was about to, hear what the Lord said, I was about to get drunk. You hear what I'm telling you? And drink and pour on blessing on the Israelites for keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. He tell Moses, when they sin, tell them I will also get drunk and put on curses upon them and rejoice over it. And this is why we in this tribulation we in today.
Yeah, am I not up?
Yeah, he said, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer.
He said, then shall they call upon me and I will what?
I will not answer.
God said, I'm not going to answer. You read.
They shall seek me early.
They're going to what?
Seek me early.
They're going to seek the God of Israel early.
But they shall not find me.
But they're not going to find because they're stuck in the ways.
And
they don't want to change the ways.
And that they shall seek me early, going back to when the shit start.
Yeah,
exactly when it starts, they will want to look for the Lord.
And you know what they're saying when shit hit the fan?
Yeah,
They could be wearing on that again.
He said, for that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord.
But the Bible said because they hated knowledge, that is on that act, and didn't choose the fear of the Lord. Because the precept and
I don't finish here. I want more. One more verse. There's a reason why I left for.
Go
to it now, boy. Right, so we know about verse 9 again. Right, to link what we now read in Proverbs 1 and start from 24, go down. Right? For if they were able to know so much.
For if they were what?
Able to know so much.
For if they were able to know so much, read.
That they could aim at the world.
That they could what?
Aim at the world.
So if they were able to know so much that they could aim at the world, read.
How did they not sooner find out the Lord thereof?
He said, how could they not sooner find out the Lord thereof? He said, if they can aim this nonsense at the world, how come? If you could spend all that time studying that crap, how you didn't take that time to study about the God of Israel?
That's
and,
right.
and find your inheritance.
That's right.
But you didn't do that. The Bible says a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters, they are forsake the Holy One.
Let me just back here this, please.
Where?
Please. This is the book of Job, chapter 21, verse 14.
Where?
He said, therefore they say unto Yahweh, depart from us, for we desire not the knowledge of thy ways.
You're so He's so evil as people as well. Yeah, and actually, let me tell you something. People will walk up to the camp, because I know that this brother from the Curab camp. People will actually walk up to the camps and tell you plain they're not understanding. That's how evil we people become in this time.
You had one just now there, Captain.
Rebellious.
You had one just now there. You had one just now there.
Yeah, can't.
You had one just now there.
Of course.
And you tell me what? Stop reading the Bible.
Yeah. He tell me stop reading the Bible. I say, why you don't put yourself in front of the car? That car bounce here. It makes sense to do that, right?
Let me finish verse 10 for
because you can't tell me my end or my future. You understand what I'm talking about? You can't tell me things to come to pass. But you come with your dumb self to tell me stop reading the Bible, but why you don't go in front of a car?
And the hurtful thing is, he know the Gideon coming.
You know the Gideon coming. You want 2 AK. You want 2 AK.
Stupid nigga.
Yeah, real shots.
Right? We have last verse. Right? But miserable are they.
But what?
But miserable are they.
And that guy he's a miserable guy. He's smoking cocaine, weed, the whole works he's smoking. He into all sorts of madness.
Huh?
Read.
But miserable are they, and in dead things is their hope.
And then what?
And in dead things is their hope.
And the Bible says, and in death things is their hope, and in death is their hope also. That's what the Bible says, and death shall be chosen rather than life. That's just what you bring out the precept.
That's not almost finished.
Alright, go ahead.
Who call them gods?
Who call them what?
Gods.
Who call them God? Anything than the God of this Bible is Satanism.
No God.
But the gods of the nation are no gods. Read.
Yeah. Which are the works?
Alright,
which are the works of men's hands? Which are the works of men's hands?
Which are the what?
Works of men's hands.
He said, which are the works of men's hand? All these idols you see out there are the works of men's hand. The very AKA Jesus that they call it are the works of men's hand. That is an idol that man built. That is an idol that this guy
his son.
Yeah,
Alexander.
yeah, and Michelangelo craft with their own hand. You understand? And give our people to worship.
So I can't look.
Yeah, for the longest while.
That's almost. If they the last verse, almost. Right?
Bring it out.
Works of men's hands,
Where?
gold and silver.
He said the works of men's hand are what?
Gold and silver.
He said the works of men's hand are gold and silver. Read.
To show art in.
To show what?
Art in.
Go ahead.
A-R-T, like craftiness.
Yeah.
Like Leonardo da Vinci and this next photo.
Right.
Michelangelo.
To show art in and resemblance of beasts.
And resemblance of what?
Beasts,
That's
like the
right.
Hindus and them.
God's of the nation.
What sign?
Raise up that sign there.
Right? That's not where you're done. Almost done. Almost on.
Raise it up. Shine on this here.
Right?
Raise that back over here.
Yeah. And that's now.
Which are all these things, the works of men's hand. Read.
Gold and silver to shoot in art.
He said gold and silver. Look at the laughing Buddha. He take out in gold. All these things take out in gold and silver and all kind of different things. Read.
To shoot in art, right? To shoot in art and resemblance of beasts.
And resemblance of what?
Of beasts.
Right. Resemblance of beasts with snake and all kind of different things.
Right.
All them things.
Right, resemblance of beasts.
Right. Look there, Baphomet.
Yeah, Baphomet and
sheep
Hanuman and
all them things. Resemblance of
Lakshmi and
yeah. Right? Yeah. Or a stone, or a stone god for nothing.
A Kaaba stone god. That's why the Muslim worship the Kaaba stone. A stone god for what?
For nothing.
For what the Bible says, for nothing. You going bowing down to this thing for nothing. There's no profit in this.
But here the last line here now. The work of an ancient hand. The work of a what? Ancient hand.
I woke up an ancient hand. Meaning to say, that spirit was way back there. Was way back there, but
They got still indulging it to
the Bible says there's nothing new under the sun.
And spirits don't change. Spirits don't change. Faces change, but not spirits. So the same spirit that would have back then is the same spirit that will have now. It's not going to change.
The Bible says there's nothing new under the sun.
Can.
You're done, precept.
Sure, read your precept.
He say ye worship. It says John, book of John, chapter 4 and 22.
Yeah.
Say ye worship.
He said this is John chapter 4 and what?
22.
And 22. Word.
Say ye worship.
The Lord
Ye
said,
know
but
not what.
He said ye worship, but you know not what. Well,
We know what we worship.
but he tell you what he said, but we know in whom we worship. Well,
For salvation is of the Jews.
yeah, no, you can't get salvation no other way. It takes the Israelite, the Jews, to bring that to you.
Can.
Can?
Can.
I just want that. Bring out your precept. How about precept?
This is the book of Jeremiah chapter 4 verse 13.
Well,
Behold, he will come with clouds, he come up with clouds, and his chariots shall be as a whirlwind.
he say, behold, you will come up with what?
With clouds, and his chariots shall be as a whirlwind.
The Lord say he's going to come with clouds. Those clouds represent the chariots. He said, and his chariots going to be like what?
Yeah. Shall be as a whirlwind.
He said, but the chariots going to move. He said, going to be like a whirlwind. Because those chariots coming to do destruction on the earth. He said, and the Bible says, and the destruction will come onto you like a what? Like a whirlwind. Read.
Yeah. His horses are swift than eagles.
His horses represent what? His chariots. That's another word for saying chariot horses too. Always remember that Achiam. Another word for chariots is what? It's horses. You understand? All that is metaphor for the chariot.
Horsemen,
Yeah.
angels.
Woe unto us, for we are spoiled.
Woe unto us, for we are spoiled. What the word woe means? Destruction. We say destruction unto us because we are what?
Spoiled.
We are spoiled by the other nation, and main nation is Esau, Edom.
God.
Who spoil us? They, the nations that spoil us.
Oh, good. Let me back him at us. Quick now, boy. We have finished it up.
O Jerusalem,
Who?
O Jerusalem.
Jerusalem is not the place, it's the people.
God.
The Lord is talking to his people. Read.
Wash thy heart from wickedness.
The Lord said, wash thy heart from what?
From wickedness.
Yeah, the Lord said, wash thy heart from wickedness. He said, cleanse thee, make thee, he said, wash thee, clean thee. He said, put away the evil of your doings. Read.
Yeah. That thou mayest be saved.
That thou mayest be what?
Mayest be saved.
Yeah, he said, wash, change, turn from your evil, that thou mayest be saved. Because if you don't turn from your evil, it's destruction upon the earth.
Cannot.
Well,
How long shall thy vain thoughts lodge within thee?
he said, how long shall your vain thoughts what?
Lodge within thee.
Yeah, how long will your carnal thought lodge within thee? How long will you worship this wickedness? How long will you give into this world
Because
and the ungodliness of this world?
because if you
You're not
have
a friend of this world, is enemy with God.
That's
right.
Because if your our heart wants to wait till we people perfect the self.
That's right.
That's right.
Right.
You understand?
Not you are just. No, no.
We all over, baby. We all over.
Because the Achiam now read our scripture and say that we spoil, right? This is the book of Jeremiah chapter 2. Shalom. Right? This is the book of Jeremiah chapter 2 verse 14. Is Israel a servant?
Is Israel a what?
Is Israel a servant?
Lord said, but is Israel a servant?
Is he a homeborn slave?
In other words, you know what the Lord said in that proverb? He said, who made Israel a servant? Who made him a homeborn slave? Right?
Why is he spoiled?
But the Lord said, well, why is Israel spoiled? I make him the prince of power.
Can.
How we become a servant? Khan, Yasha Allah.
Khan.
Ya means he, Shah means prince, Allah means God. When they pray together, he is the prince of Almighty God.
I can say something. As comparting to that scripture we know reading, right? Now how we get spoiled, right? Because when I read Judges, I can't remember the exact scripture in Judges, but Joshua tell the children of Israel what? All these nations that you want to be amongst and love upon whatnot so forth, they are going to be a snare unto you. A snare.
What is that snare? That fucking trap, boy.
Right?
And
Why?
When you spoil, you're rotten.
Right? Because why? Because why? You want to indulge into the wickedness of these nations and their wickedness. Their wickedness is their wisdom. Right? It's their wisdom, and their wisdom is wickedness. You understand where I'm coming from? So, yes, you will Israel end up being spoiled, right? And end up being subservient unto these nations, being slaves unto these nations, being spoiled. Because why? You're taking in the wisdom of man.
They're taking in the wisdom of what?
Of man.
Yeah, they're taking in the wisdom of man.
Job 9:24.
Taking in the wisdom of man. So when you take in the wisdom of man, you would always have a video called I make a video called Israel. Two-thirds of Israel love being in a low state.
You said 2/3 of Israel what?
Love being in a low state.
Yeah, they love being in a low state.
And watch them. They just love being in a low state when they really check it out.
The comfortable.
They love being in that low state. Because why? They don't want wisdom. So they will always be in a low state. Proverbs 21 and 8 or something. That's now. Let me just get a scripture quick in Proverbs here.
Some here in Ecclesiastes holding long on wisdom.
That's now. Let me just bring out this here. These dumb niggas, these wicked niggas. But don't worry. Don't worry, oh. Right? Well, this is Proverbs 21 and 16.
Right.
The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding.
He said the man that wandered to the way, that man that tastes of this good knowledge.
No, that wandered.
And even if he tastes and wandered out, meaning to say, but it goes back into the fact that you taste and you went out in it. Read.
Right? Can.
Taking
Right?
putting your hand to the plow and taking
And
it
putting
back.
it back. Yeah. Can. Right? The man that wandereth, that's not a little stinking old noise pass. Yeah. The man that wandered out of the way of understanding.
The Bible says the man that wandered out of the way of understanding because you was once part of it, but you went back out. Read.
Shall remain.
Shall what?
Shall remain.
So wherever you land, you shall remain
In the congregation of the dead.
What is the congregation of dead? This world. You'll remain in the world. This world is a bunch of dead people walking here. You know?
Valley of dry bones.
Yeah. A bunch of dead people walking in. Read that scripture over for that.
Yeah. This is the book.
Lock, read that scripture, man.
This is the book of Proverbs chapter 21, verse 16.
Bring it out, Doc.
The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding.
The Bible said that man that wandered of the way. They say like how that brother came that Sunday night and he tastes that good knowledge.
Yeah.
When we see him today, he all bugged out of his mind.
Yeah.
Smoke a set of weed and a set of thing, and he all bugged out of his mind. He's not in his spirit. He drifting so. God don't want you in that spirit.
Carnally punks him all
Yeah, what did Lord say?
The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead.
The Lord said that man going to remain in the congregation of the dead. Destruction upon that man. The only thing that waiting for that man is death. That is the only thing that waiting for that man is death.
That's something here. Back on wisdom now.
Right? Shalom.
Bring out this act.
That's not a testimony. That's a quick testimony. Look at that. That elder now passed here. You remember him from over there when we used to preach over there, right?
Yeah.
Now he was a scoffer.
Big scoffer in the beginning.
He was a scoffer at the beginning. But you know what going on with him? He started to do what? He started listening and started taking the wisdom. And you know what going on with him? he started going to do his own research and started studying diligently until he ended up on the second. You understand?
Right,
it's the truth we have.
Can.
And he was a scoffer.
A big scoffer.
He was into what? Into Roman Catholicism.
Can.
That when he was
Roman
into.
Catholicism.
But look at him now. You understand? He might be as verse. He might be at verse, but here what? Hey, the man not doing this one no read here. I read it over again. This is Proverbs 21 and 16. The man that wandered out of the way of understanding, he didn't wander the way out of understanding, he wandered into the way of understanding. So
That's
what?
right.
He now come into the congregation of the living.
Of the living can. Which now he become, in other words, he's feasting from the manna which will give him life and more abundantly.
That's right. You understand? That's right. It's not like he wander out. You know, he wander in. You know, as I say, he might know all the precepts. He might know how to do this big breakdown, man. This and that and the other. But hey, the man still giving that try. It's better to try and fail than to fail to try.
That's right.
It's better to try and fail than I rather try and fail. At least I know I still try, boy. Because at the end of the day, it's all about predestination. You know what I mean? But hey, better still try and come out of the wickedness and leave all the congregation of the dead and come into the congregation of the living. Man, anybody have water? Nah, boy. Because we have a $5, I know if somebody want to put and go and get it. If I'm hungry $5, I'm ready. You know what I mean? And that's how it go. That's how it go.
I can bring this here?
Right now, yeah.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 1, verse 1. He said, all... Ready, yeah?
Yeah, you go ahead.
He said, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 1, verse 1.
Yeah, go ahead.
He said, all wisdom cometh from Yahweh.
All who?
All wisdom cometh from Yahweh.
All wisdom cometh from Yahweh, power by.
My Lord. How long after watching it, guys? Look at that. I'm going to talk to you. Yeah, talk. Yeah, talk. Right? Chief, you have a number? You have a number?
Yeah, man. Right?
I know Jesus walking on this face and this
Right? So as you say, continue study.
He said, all wisdom cometh from Yahweh and is with him forever.
All wisdom cometh with Yahweh power and the wisdom will always stay with him forever because why? He's omnipotent.
Can.
Right, good?
Who can number the sand of the sea?
Who can? Could you with the carnal mind go by the beachfront and pick out every single grain of sand and count it with your carnal mind? Could you do that, boy? Go ahead,
right? He said, and the drop of rain and the days of eternity.
And the what? And the drop of rain.
Can.
And the drop of rain. You come, all right. You in Sawa here, but here what going on here? The rain falling from Port of Spain to Granby.
Tell me how much rain just fall.
Tell me how much rain just fall from Port of Spain to Granby now, but you're in Sawa here. Could you do that?
And it was all the scripture that said, easy one that can number every grain I hear on your head.
Can. Yeah. Right, good.
Right? He said, who can find out the height of heaven and the breadth of the earth and the depth and wisdom?
Can. You these things you can do.
Can.
You can find out the so-called white man.
Yeah.
There is I want to tell you the moon is, you see, earlier when I was seeing the moon day.
Yeah.
Right?
No, now you seen it here.
Wait. Right, alright. Put the camera on the moon there a little bit time. I mean up here. Look at the moon right here. But here what going on? The so-called white man go and measure that. It's about 600 and something billion miles away. But you see any friggin' thing right there?
From end to end.
You see anything right there?
Yeah.
But them telling you it's 600 and something. So you telling me you could measure the heavens, and you can measure the depths of the sea.
Can.
You can't do that, no man. No man know how deep the sea is. No, the ocean is. No man.
But Yahweh.
No man but Yahweh. Anytime you could do that, well, boy, I'm telling you, boy.
Aquaman.
Is that what?
He's Aquaman.
My Aquaman ass go bust when he reach a certain level down there and all.
I like
He
that
can
one.
bust certain
Yeah, you
level.
had to be Aquaman in true. You had to be Aquaman. I'm going to fall back in line. Yeah, you had to be Aquaman. Go ahead.
Verse 4. Wisdom had been created before all things, and the understanding of the prudence from everlasting.
Wisdom was created before all things. Which is what? This proves that what? That the Father has no creator. He is the creator.
He is.
Right? He is the ancient of days. Right? So don't come and tell me no shit about who created God.
Yeah. That's so carnal, eh?
Don't freaking come and tell me that shit.
You know what I say? When you see him, when he come to the shop, you ask him.
Yeah. Right?
Ask him. Yeah. Ask him. You don't tell him.
Right?
You're foolish.
That's now we know about that same scripture again. We can't
Say,
go to break.
wisdom has been created before all things.
Right? Which is Yahweh himself. Right? He was there. Right? He had wisdom to make sure and create everything upon the face of the earth. He had to have that wisdom in order to do that. He cannot just do that just so poof. And it just happened just so. Continue.
Right? He said, and the understanding of prudence from everlasting.
And the understanding of prudence from everlasting, that goes back into what? Yahweh Shai and the 144,000 with the angels who helped build Salakia, who helped build this universe.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah,
the prudent man. Right, go ahead.
Verse 5. The word of Yahweh, the Most High, is the fountain of wisdom.
The word of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, is the fountain of wisdom. That is why I go, somebody, that's all it is. Somebody get from Isaiah 8 and 20. Get up for me, anybody. Isaiah 8 and 20. And then it's one in Peter, I think it's 1 Peter. You are that one? Yeah.
The book of Isaiah chapter 8 verse 20. To the law and to the testimony.
To the law and to the testimony, go ahead.
If they speak not according to his word.
If they speak not according to this word here.
Which is wisdom.
It is because there is no light in them.
It's because it's no light in here, boy.
Isaiah 8 and 20.
It's no light in here. Right, it's about next one going to try and find a type of I'll roughly paraphrasing it. When any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of God.
I think it's in
Peter, you know, but I don't know if it's first or
Come. Let me get it for you. Let me get it for you.
If any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of God to your ability, something that effect now, boy. And then they go back to that wisdom of Solomon we all read it. 1 Peter 4:11. Whoever bring it out now, bring it out.
This is the book of 1 Peter chapter 4 verse 11.
Bring it out.
He said, if any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of Yahweh.
Let them speak as the oracles of Yahweh. So like that, Shaka so now pastor and want to tell you about Selassie and Polite. Want to tell you